Hi everyone, this is Mr. Lim from SEP Academy, and I'm here to share with you the differences between H1 and H2 chemistry to help you in your choices for subject combination. Now, one of the most popular combinations is PCME, and between chemistry, a lot of students actually chose H2 chemistry, but do you actually know what you are getting into when you study H2 chemistry and versus a H1 chemistry? Now, first thing first is we discuss what are the differences in the assessment between H1 and H2 chemistry. So now in H2 chemistry, there are 4 papers tested. Paper 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whereas for H1 chemistry, there are only 2 papers tested. So in terms of the weightage, 33% for H1 chemistry is for reserved for MCQ, and the rest is for paper 2. And the paper 2 is structured as structured questions as well as free response questions, which is something like an essay question. And however, for your H2 chemistry, you would have a practical component, which is very similar to the O level chem practical, but something much more, because not only will you have titration, and secondly you have QA, you have a third and a fourth component. I think third component you are very familiar with experimental planning, and fourth component, it could be either kinetic analysis or, for example, like a thermometric analysis, which we talk about in our lessons. So 4 different types of practical skills tested. So I repeat again: number 1, titration, which could either be redox or acid-base titration. Number 2, QA, identifying cations, anions, and gases. And number 3, you have experimental planning again. And number 4, you have the component of kinetic or thermometric analysis. So very much similar to how we have prepared for our O level. In terms of differences in H1 and H2, there's definitely more weightage. So you will have an additional paper as what we mentioned. So in your paper 3 will be a free response question. So it's something like an essay question.